then I'm in a chair. It doesn't work that way because you can't. It's that physics thing about two objects occupying the same space. So if he's walking up to a chair, he's got to lean back and then sit, and then when he gets up, leans forward and he gets up. So there's a couple of moves there in order to do that. Also, one of the things that we take for granted when we're doing stuff is if we're going to drink something, we pick up a glass, we bring it to our mouth, and we drink. One almost smooth motion, and then we put it down. With a puppet, moves like that have to be isolated. He reaches for the cup, he looks at the cup, picks it up, brings it to his mouth, drinks it, stops, puts it out, sets it down, lets it go, and continues. All these separate little motions need to be isolated so that the audience can see what he's doing and can pick up on something. I know it sounds kind of silly to have to do all of these extra silly little moves in between, but it really does make a difference when you're trying to see how to do a little simple little task. You have to be able to stop, pick up the glass, drink, put it down, and then go on with what you're going to do. And we're also going to work on how to manipulate the mouth when the puppet is talking. One of the things that people want to do when they first get a hold of a puppet is when they speak their lines, they want to bite the words. Hello, how's it going today? It's much smoother when you open your mouth to speak. Hello there, how are you doing today? Very simple. Just when you speak, open the mouth, don't bite the words. So when you go and you start practicing to do this stuff on your own, and you get the script out and you're reading it, and you may want to do this in front of a mirror so you can see what's going on, try speaking slowly at first, and remember that not every word, or more likely every syllable, needs you to close the mouth. Sometimes all you need to do is simply open it a little bit further rather than doing this all the time, because this becomes very distracting.
Yeah, that's what I was doing at home. I was trying to get every syllable.
Every syllable.
I think that's what was hurting my wrist.
Yeah.
Trying to do all the syllables.
Yeah. Relax into it. And like I've said, when you start doing this, I'm going to show you what to do when you get home and you practice. I'm not going to teach you. You're not going to leave here becoming an expert in how to do puppetry, but you will be able to see what you're doing and slow it down and practice with it, and above all, play. This is puppetry. It's fun. How often do grown-ups get to play with toys? Now we want to be careful that one of the things we want to be careful with when we're moving our puppets is we don't want to shake the doll. Too much movement. When he's just going back and forth and a little frenetic. Keep it a little bit smoother. You know? Relax with it. Ah! So you guys want to try this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've got some, I brought my stunt puppets. We also have, I want everybody to try one of the big puppets so you get an idea. Now the puppets that I've made for you guys to use are much lighter weight than one of these. Okay. Yeah. Now with these puppets, the way the eyes are, you don't have to worry about bending the head down so much. Eyes are more straight ahead. One of the things you want to practice though is using your thumb to go down rather than getting the head to go backwards. Because this looks kind of silly. It's giving me a terrible whiplash. So getting the thumb going down, that also helps. What do you think?
Question. When you put your hand, in terms of, I'm thinking baseball glove. Some folk, your hand is not jammed all the way in it. Your hand is kind of sort of loose in it. So
yeah.
With the mouthpiece, are your fingers all the way in the mouth or like slightly?
I pretty much have them into the second knuckle, and right about here.
Okay.
When I'm doing it,
okay.
Right about in that area, rather than all the way to this part. I tell you, with these puppets, it's going to be a little bit. It's a tight fit between the mouthpiece and the head. When you get the fingers in, these are a little bit looser, but some of them, I apologize for this. The mouth isn't quite open as much. But even if it doesn't open as much, it should still work with very little problem.
I find it hard to make the bottom lip go down with the thumb.
It is not easy, but that's going to come with practice.
Doing movements with the puppet is almost like that taboo. Remember that taboo from back in the day where you can't do two things at one time? And I was just trying to do what you was just doing behind the curtain with the drink, and I found myself like kind of stopping in mid and thinking too much about it. And it's almost like doing it. See, I can do it with my left hand, but I can't do it with my right hand. So it's kind of like that trying to do
absolutely
two movements at once. So it's kind of hard to like you said, when you pick up the glass, you got to make sure you look at the glass and then bring it up. Like I'm thinking too much, so I got stuck. Like I did it right there, as opposed to bringing it up.
And that's why you want to be able to take these home and play with them, and really get a good idea of how to use them. Because the more you play with it, the more natural it will become. And another thing that's going to happen is you're going to go memorize your lines, and you're going to have them down cold. You can probably say them forward and backwards. You come in and you pick up your puppet.
It's over.
And you can't remember, not only can you not remember your lines, you can't even remember the name of the puppet. And it'll take some time before you sort of get over that, working them together. So sometimes when you rehearse, you might want to rehearse with the puppet on your hand, just so you have a better idea of how it works.